There are things in this world that we must slay, that we must take from the ground and destroy. And one of those things are worms. And we must review Kula Shaker and Wormslayer. Welcome back to MPJ, new rock album review show. Nigel, Andy, Paul, Trish and Chris. We're here to slay some worms. I mean, I gotta ask, right? I mean, what do you think went through their minds, Kula Shaker, when they entitled an album called Wormslayer? I mean, let's be honest, who would want to slay worms? Maybe it's from Dune.
I think that's probably the kind of vibe they're going for, yes.
What could they get ahead? Anybody? Come on. Anybody come up with a theory about Wormslayer? Or do you know, maybe?
Well, when you drink a whole jar of LSD or something, you come up with these type of ideas.
So do you think Kula Shaker is slugging back LSD, jars of LSD, when they go, what should we name the album, boys? Let's slug some LSD back.
Add some LSD this time, yes, without doubt.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Right. Well, I mean, where best to start than Mr. Wormslayer himself, then? Have you slayed worms, Paul, in your life?
Of course.
Where?
Well, the garden. Good spade, chopped them in half.
Oh, you Wormslayer, you. Paul, start us off then. Kula Shaker, Wormslayer, what do you think?
Well, back when Oasis and Blur were blowing up the music scene with their rocky version of Brit-pop, Kula Shaker decided to mix it up with classic 60s psychedelic sound of the Beatles. While not as successful as the aforementioned bands, they were successful. I never really got into them then, and that is not something I'll probably break even now. The reason not being the music or the lyrics, but the fluff that goes with it, like talking to each other or some obscure instrumental before the song begins. It was done by the Beatles and countless others since, even though there are some great songs that more than pay homage to bands of the past. But are they adding to the vast catalogue of work that has already gone before? Personally, I don't think so.
Oh. That's one worm. So, Chris, what do you think?
So, I confess, I was a little bit surprised when I saw the name Kula Shaker in our list, because I remember Kula Shaker from the halcyon pre-university days of when I was a teenager. And as Paul was saying, Oasis and Blur were kicking around, and I was trying to ignore them as much as possible because it wasn't my type of music. And there is a particular song called Govinda, which I have remembered for the past 25 years because it was a cracking song. Came out at just the right time for me, and it was brilliant song for that. So I had some history, and I was intrigued to see what had been going on because I didn't realise they've been going longer than Oasis and Blur, because Oasis and Blur have both disappeared and come back, whereas Kula Shaker have just gone on, and I haven't been paying that much attention to them, and I kind of like Paul, I don't think that's really going to change. It's an interesting sort of combination that they pull together. There is very much a kind of Sgt. Pepper's style to Beatles went away to India for a while and came back and did Sgt. Pepper's, and you can see the influences there, and in some of the lyrics and some of the wordplay that they're playing at, you can definitely feel influences of Bob Dylan and people of that sort of ilk. Given that I remember and have listened a couple of times, not frequently, but have listened to Govinda a few times over the last few years, just as a sort of I remember that and a hark back to it. There's nothing on this album that grabs me like that did, and nothing that I would say I remember sitting here now as thinking that's a great song on that album. So I think it was an entertaining listen, but it's not going to be one for me to go back to. It was fine to listen to for the podcast, but it's not my cup of tea, and I probably won't be going back to them again.
I mean, how would you describe this musical influence? Neither you or Paul have said it's this sort of album. Was it electric pop? What is it?
No, so I think there's a certain amount of 60s pop. There's some folk in there, and there's a whole bunch of sitar style music, and you've got those sorts of Eastern influences to the music as a sort of a side to it. But I don't know quite where I put it. There's punk, there's folk, there's pop in there. There's a whole load of different sort of styles in there altogether. But I think the one thing that kind of resonates through it for me is that sort of the Eastern influence, and it's just a different vibe to the sound of the music, because you've got sitars and more exotic instruments in there. It just gives it its own kind of sound that, while it sounds great, don't get me wrong, it's a well produced album, but it's not what I'm looking to listen to, if you see what I mean.
Not your cup of tea. Trish, your cup of tea, Kula Shaker, did it shake things up for you? Did it shake your cooler up?
So Kula Shaker, they're clearly leaning heavily into their psychedelic indie roots, with occasional folk tinged moments that give the album a bit of a warm retro feel. For me, tracks like Little Darling definitely gave me like the Doors style vibes musically, while Broke as Folk was the standout particular highlight for me. It was a bit more of a stripped back folk sound that I quite enjoyed on the album, but overall the record will appeal mostly to fans of like 1970s psychedelia indie rock, which it's not for me personally, but it's still an impressive release from a band that have been around decades and clearly know how to satisfy long-time fans and newcomers alike.
Oh, Andy, can you lift us up from the doldrums of worm-slaying?
Yeah, I can.
Come on, Andy! Come on!
Kula Shaker, one of my favourite bands. Seen them probably live about 5 times, all the way back in the 1990s. So they did Govinda, Tapma. They were part of obviously Brit-pop in the day, but they had a slightly aside, interesting sound. The Indian influences of very sort of psychedelic comes from the Ravi Shankar kind of sitar vibes through for it. They went away for a little bit. Has to be said. Came back about 10 years ago, produced K 2.0, which what I really liked, an album as well. But in the recent years, this is their third album in about 4 years. Last two were okay, but I think this one is the best one probably since K 2.0, without a doubt, through for it. Charge Light Brigade is great. Broker's Folk is fantastic. I listened to it. I went to see them live when they were supporting last year, and it was immediately just a great song through for it. Wormslayer as well was one of a great album, a great song as well through for it, and the last one. If you ever watch the video's bonkers. It's great as well. So yeah, it might not be a close cup of tea. Obviously part of the Brit-pop tradition coming through, all those bands which came through for it at that time. But that I've always found them quite really interesting, really fun. They don't always do it with a straight face through for it, but I've always enjoyed Crispin Mills as well. His guitar work's really good throughout. It's always really interesting. The shades obviously that Beatles come through for it. Doors are in there as well. Little shades of the Black Keys or bluesy stuff coming through for it. So for me, it's what I like, and I'm going to vote it accordingly. So there you go.
Oh, Andy, for God's sake. I'm with you, my friend. I thought this was such a cool album. What's not to love? When I first saw Kula Shaker, I thought, oh my God, they're probably not going to make my shortlist. They're probably not going to get into this album kind of review, because I remember very much as that electricon, more poppy kind of rock than I give them credit for, and I hadn't really listened to them. But this was a fantastic, delicious surprise, really. I love the variations. I love the fun aspects of it. It's not that there were songs in there that I don't think. I was just looking. I don't think anything was actually specifically made my cool track list. Just the album as a whole, with the sitars and the variations in there. It was just a really fun. A proper fun, cool album. I'd go and watch them. If you're going to see them again, maybe let me know. I'd go and see them, I think. I just thoroughly enjoyed the album. I just really did. You know, it's not going to be my favourite album of the year, but I would shove this on in an instant and have fun with it. Great album, tongue in cheek. I just loved it. I loved it. It was terrific. It was great fun. Yeah, I'm with you, Andy. So well said. These lots, their souls are rotten, rotten. I say. Right, let's sum up with a 2-word review then, shall we? Paul, 2 words to sum this album up.
Plum Slayer.
Bum Slayer?
Plum.
Oh, Plum Slayer? Plum? Okay, Andy?
Psychedelically awesome.
Chris?
Instant funk.
Instant funk. And Trish.
Easy listening.
I'm going for 3. Shake my cooler! Yay, baby! Right, okay. What do you guys think? Leave your 2-word review.
That's bad.
It
No.
dashes in it, Paul. It dashes in it. Dashes.
Oh.
It's all dashes, right? Okay, dashes.
Hyphened.
Anyway, what do
No.
you guys think out there?
It's a 1-word review, so what's the other word?
Yeah, oh well. Now. Right,
Shake my
okay.
cooler, baby.
Yeah, baby. Right, okay. What do you guys think out there? Leave your words below, comments below, hit the
ask
like and subscribe button. You want
Who wants
something?
that to vote?
Oh, do I? Do I have to go for scores?
That'd be a good idea. Because that's what we're here for.
I was shaking. I shook my.
It
was-
you to the core.
I shook my cooler so much that I just went off on one. I say.
That the sound wrong on
That's what
every
happens when
level.
you shake your cooler. Don't shake your cooler too hard.
I will. Oh, I don't know. The harder you shake it, the more fun you have.
Oh,
Right.
please. Right now, guys.
Right. Let's. Paul, what do you give Kula Shaker?
I give it a 2.5.
Chris,
I gave it a 3.
Trish.
Yeah, Chris and I are aligning. I gave it a 3 as well.
I give it a 4.5. So I'm going to leave the best till last because it's a rare treat. Andy,
First 5 of the year. There you go.
get in there. Woohoo! Right. Where's my drums, boys? Where's the? I said, Andy, give us some drums with you.
Hang on.
Right, there we go. That's better. 3.6 rating. It's a top half album. It's our top 300 albums, 291st. So not going to get into our album of the year, but hey, me and Andy will keep shaking our coolers and slaying our worms and forget you lot. Right, deja vu, everybody. Leave your 2 words below and hit your like and subscribe button and go and shake your coolers and have fun and keep on rocking. And goodbye from me and goodbye from my panel. Keep on rocking.